Mic check. Mic check. We got a minute. Slightly overcast today. A little walkie here. Walkie-talkie. Oh, all right. So, Officer Krycha in the news that shot and killed PhD Dr. Marquita Silva, a neuroscientist. Officer Carl Krycha has been, there's rumors in the news, I forget which network, they're all the same, but rumored in the news to have his murder trial dismissed entirely by the DA in lieu of quid pro quo. He's going to teach the bad cop that killed Marquita Silva, supposedly during a mental health crisis, that he become a teacher, an instructor nationwide to other officers to teach them how to shoot and do a good shoot with a mental health person and get away with it. And so that the family responded in the news, but then apparently, according to sources in the court, the day before yesterday, I believe it was, they not in the court, but at the court. Let's just say at the court. I talked to one of the local advocates, or whatever you call them, I don't even know, judicial watchers, saying that that's not necessarily true, that the news is just spreading rumors, that that's not a deal that's been finalized, that there may have been some kind of talking, but that's not, no deal's been finalized. But the way that the story is reading, it just almost sounds like it's a done deal. So, and the people only read the titles. I'm one of those. So when the titles are misleading, it just makes people believe there's this narrative. Now, the fact that these officers are shooting people with immunity and impunity and getting away with it because the DA and the courts aren't fully like prosecuting, and let me say, they're not fully, waiting 4 years is not justice, because if you were to even touch a police officer, you'd be in jail immediately, and you'd be having a court within a year. The fact that that these cops are getting 4 years off away from justice is just giving them 4 years to do more stuff, to get away with it, to continue to walk around as a danger to the public. We're at the back of the jail now. This is the entry for people. Now it's the exit, since the other exit's temporarily under construction, but this is the exit also for the jail. The big green doors that will swing open when someone arrives, that's what that is. I've been through those jails many times. And then there's the courts above it. So the jail and the courts are all together here in Travis County. Yeah, that's what they do. They work together. It's all one big racket, and like 75% of the money goes there. So there's no money for any development of the people and the parks and all that, because the police have all the money tied up. Anyhow, so as we can see, the injustice continues over and over and over, and that's definitely a problem. And I do not feel that the DA will hold these officers accountable. Oh, I know what the other part is. These witness officers and witnesses that the defense is being able to bring in to convince the jurors of things are simply stretching and perjuring them, stretching the truth and perjuring themselves, and telling lies. Can't even take care of their infrastructure here. No parking right here, apparently. No parking right there, apparently. Can't take care of their plants. Suffering erosion, disease, covered in ball moss. Anyhow. We got money for all the wrong things. We got money for lawyers to protect cops, but we don't have money for justice. We don't have money for people to have justice. And then they talk about justice, but I don't know if they really believe justice. So that's not necessarily a true statement by the news. So we're not really sure there what's going to happen with that. So don't get excited, but be pissed off. Tell the DA not to drop the charges, to try to hold these police accountable, but to try harder. The other part, this is the thing I'm trying to say, is when an officer says that they were an officer, how long have you been an officer? This is what they said in the Chris Taylor murder trial. A witness officer in uniform with their guns come into court to testify under oath, the whole truth, nothing but the truth. And then the female police officer says, in response to how long have you been an officer, police officer, I came out of my mother in uniform, literally as a police officer. So this is an opportunity to impeach the people, the witnesses, because they're stretching the truth, telling lies, things like this. This is a responsibility of attorneys, and the DA didn't do poo. We're at the Blackwell Thurman building. Blackwell Thurman Criminal and Justice Center, of course. And so the DA didn't do poo. Didn't impeach the witnesses. So they're not impeaching the witnesses. They're not impeaching. I don't know if you can impeach the jury, but you can have the judge direct the jury. You can object to the fact that your jurors are asleep in your jury trial for a murder of a man of color that had no gun, that had his brains blown out. Mike Ramos, say his name, Mike Ramos. So you can definitely direct a jury, if not impeach them. But the DA didn't do it. The DA didn't do that. Yeah. The DA did not do that. Someone, look at all these tripping hazards. These acorns, someone could be blowing this stuff off, but the county spends all its money on the fancy DA's office. Look at that. The fancy commissioner's court, which is brand new. The family court, billions of dollars of property and buildings. And then the ongoing, like, government employees have like a sack of money, multiple sacks of money. They get retirement, they get all these benefits packages, all this stuff. They pretty much, you know, I don't know, at the federal level, I guess there's shutdowns that cause them not to get paid, but it's a pretty cush job to work for the government. You just got to do the bare minimum to survive, and you're always promoted, and you can't be fired, and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I've worked for the government for a short time in my earlier life, and I can tell you, it's some bull. You have to just sit around and take it, and just don't worry about all the fraud, waste, and abuse, and DEI, and all that. I like this zip tie. That's really cool. The zip tie is a good way to keep the phone system active. And the duct tape, really cool too. The duct tape's nice. I like it. Really working. It's all just sitting here open, duct tape and crap. Anyhow, so what do I expect? I expect to be surprised. I'm going to try to get. I got to slow down this morning. I'm not even awake. I didn't really get much sleep. I'm also working on my own legal stuff, so it's hard to like figure out what needs to be done. You have to take care of your own legal stuff, even if there's a cop murder trial that's ongoing. But so what the news has reported yesterday, the witness testimony ended of all the expert witnesses and all the cops witnesses, and even Rajan Moon Singh. This is on the next case. I'm sorry, don't get them confused. Daniel Sanchez is a cop that shot Rajan Moon Singh 4 years ago, and Daniel Sanchez is a bad cop, and he's facing only deadly conduct. They're not going for the murder sentence. He shot Rajan, as he said, drop the gun. He's already started firing, shot him 5 times. Sounds like they shot him in the side. What I was saying on the back, but according to, I wasn't in the room at that time. And I don't have access to the feed because the media is gatekeeping from you and I what's going on. So, this is interesting. The big piece of metal here that they're using to block something. Maybe it's a piece of plastic. Oh, that might be a piece of plastic. That's just trash. That's just the city's trash everywhere. Here's what they give you in jail. They give you some bread and maybe some bologna or peanut butter. Not very nutritious. Anyhow, so how's it going? So what was I saying? Oh yeah, so they're not impeaching the witnesses, but oh sorry, got off track. So Rajan Moon Singh was an entrepreneur, also an entrepreneur, and Daniel Sanchez shot him. Officer Daniel Sanchez shot him for no apparent reason. And what else? The witnesses have finished testimony to the jury in the court, and now the jury is going to get the closing statements, as I understand, if I have that correct, of the defense attorneys for the police, for Daniel Sanchez and for the murdering of Rajan Moon Singh, and the plaintiff, which is the state or the DA's office, Dexter Guilford and crew, will be, I don't know all their names, but they will be they'll be doing their closing statements as well, and then the jury will go and deliberate, look at all the evidence that they have. They can go back and review. I think they can go back and review testimony. I'm not really sure how this is. The court gives directives, the judge gives directives, which is Judge Karen Sage. They usually give directives to not look at the internet, not watch the news, not talk to anybody, just only whatever there is of facts. If there are any extra facts anywhere that weren't presented or anything that was wrong, then the truth of the court is all that matters. Not the actual truth, but the truth of the court. And so by that way, they're able to use motions to disguise the truth, to hide the truth, to obfuscate the truth, to stretch the truth and create the police's narrative. That's kind of, so the courts aren't concerned with the truth, they're concerned with the truth that is often created. Cops are doing their siren at each other, saying hi over here. Anyways, it's time for me to go in, y'all. I think I wasted enough time out here talking. I just want to let you know that these streams might get closed due to the pause between breaks, between filming, the breaks between filming, and so I'll just start a new one with basically the same title. I might have a thumbnail or not, or use the default thumbnail of the lizard in the clouds. But we're going to try to cover this as best we can. I'm trying to give you some of the news and thoughts that hopefully that you're not going to see on other media outlets, because I believe that I believe people need to know what's going on, and I want to do this. I'm driven to watch justice and watch injustice and see where the flaws are. Hopefully we can fix this problem. But the police keep changing the rules. They went from fear for my life to just, I perceived a threat, and I eliminated the threat. They're not even using the word kill. All right, y'all.
Laptop, Kindle, please take mine and separate them.
Cell phone's on top.
Take it out and place it on the side for me, please.
Okay.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
There we go. So we're looking for Sanchez. 915, 299. Oh, I missed it. Yeah. And the 299th docket's been moved to the second floor. Just in case you want to know. There's Mr. Mace. It's the guy that they named this place after. As well as Judge Blackwell here, which is Betty Blackwell's husband, I think. She's still an attorney here. We talked to her the other day. She avoided it. I don't blame her.